Hello and welcome to Coffee and Tarot with Mama T. My name is Teresa and Aries. I am ready for your September reading for you. I've got the cards selected, cleansed, prayed over, and shuffled. They're laid out on the table and ready to go, and we'll go ahead and get started with your reading momentarily. I just need to flip the camera around so that you can see the tabletop, and then we'll get started. And we're back. The way I've got things laid out here is, first of all, we'll start with your pendulum word of the month, and that word is union. So that might be an important word of the month as you go through the month. It could be, I don't know, a relationship. It could be, a work union. It could be a business partnership. Who knows? Then we have, these are just random words that I wrote on these cards here, and I pulled a couple of cards for each week of the month and already flipped over the first week. The first week, your words are reveal and healing. So something to keep in mind. Maybe the cards will reveal their meaning. And then I pulled some little charms. So for you, the charms that we have are, I got you a little pot. So, little pot. So maybe some fertility or something. Some leaves. You must be a musical person, or music is important to you, because I got a guitar pick and some musical notes, another guitar, a little guitar. Then this one has words on it. It says, live your dream. And a little heart. A clock. These words say, no matter where. Then we have a little bird and a little owl. So watch for signs from the birds this month. More music notes, and then a moon. We have the solar eclipse is coming up here soon. It's going to be, I think it's going to be there's a lunar eclipse this month and a solar eclipse this month, and I think they're going to be a doozy. So those are your little charms. Now we'll get into your tarot cards. The first cards that we'll be using are from the Graffiti Tarot deck, and then we'll be clarifying them with the Wonderland Tarot. The clarifying cards will just add a little extra layer of depth and meaning to each of the cards that we spread out here, and they can help or hurt. They can be helping or hurting energy, depending on what we think when we look at the cards. And if we have time at the end, then I have some oracle decks pulled out here for us too. Go ahead and get started with the tarot. I just noticed that I didn't pull your other oracle deck, so I'm going to get that pulled out, and then I'll come right back. Okay, now I'm ready. Got your oracle pulled and shuffled and ready to flip over once we get to that point, if we have enough time. We'll see what the cards tell us. Sometimes I have a lot to say about the cards. Okay, so the way I'm going to lay these out is by week. The cards, this will be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then these cards here will represent your energy. These cards will represent the energy surrounding you. These cards will represent your challenge, and then the final column of cards is going to represent the gift from the universe, gift or guidance from spirit. So your first card representing you is the Knight of Swords. The energy around you is the Seven of Pentacles. Your challenge is the Fool, and the gift from the universe is Two of Swords. So we'll talk about these a little bit. The Knight of Swords, this represents somebody with a lot of passion and drive and ambition. They've got a message that they want to get across, and they can be, they have a very assertive energy, but they can come across as aggressive. So that's a tendency that you'll need to kind of watch for as the month goes on. Then the Seven of Pentacles, the energy surrounding you, this is a card of evaluation. So this is a card where the people around you, or maybe just this energy around you, is one where people are evaluating what has happened so far, and do we want to continue forward with it? This is how the energy of like a farmer who has planted his seeds. Now he's evaluating his crop. Are they coming up as expected? Um, are they going to bear fruit? Are they? Do we need to water them more or less, or do we need to pray for more sunshine, or what do we need to do? Fertilize. What do we need to do in order to make sure these crops are going to be fruitful and produce what they need to produce? When this comes up as energy surrounding you, this can be like you're up for a work evaluation from your supervisors, or maybe family members are um, evaluating the progress of a family goal. Are we moving in the right direction? Do we need to make adjustments? That kind of thing. The Fool as a challenge. So the Fool is a card of naivety and trust and excitement, and moving on with a new adventure. So this is generally a really positive and exciting card to get. However, when it shows up as a challenge, maybe it's a new adventure that you really weren't expecting. Maybe it's a new job, or a new goal that you have given yourself. Maybe um, maybe it's a sudden change in your life that you weren't expecting, and it's necessitating new plans and major adjustments in the way you normally live your life. So there's a few different ways to look at that, and we'll find out more as we clarify and go through the rest of the month. The gift from the universe is a um, Two of Swords, and then this card is usually it usually depicts a woman with a blindfold holding these two swords, and she's trying to make a decision, or resisting making a decision, actually. When it shows up as a gift from the universe is going to make it easier. It's going to make this choice easier, but the choice will need to be made. You will need to make some kind of a decision. You could be at a crossroads, but the universe is going to make that decision a little bit easier. I think they'll grease the wheels for you. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers. For clarifying the Knight of Swords, we get the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is typically a card of like new. All aces are new beginnings, and this is usually a new beginning in the realm of love, some kind of an emotional new beginning. This could be um, some kind of, it could be a love offer. If you're looking for a love offer, this could be a sign that new love is in the offing. But we'll see how the rest of the cards play out. It could also be, something new that you have hoped for, getting something that you've been hoping for showing up. In the energy around you, we get another 7, and this time we get the 7 of Swords. So the 7 of Swords is the energy of like trickery or deceit. So you'll need to watch for this combination of evaluation and deceitfulness, and maybe not believe everything that you read or hear. Take it with a grain of salt. Be mindful of this energy. It could just also be people acting in an opportunistic way, maybe not deceitful, but seizing an opportunity and acting outside of the box. The Fool, you get clarified by the Fool. So that's the universe saying, I said what I said. You've got a new adventure that is about to begin. This may feel like a challenge to you, but it is here and it's going to happen. You got these two fools. Since they're kind of looking at each other, it makes me wonder if maybe this is an internal, they're looking at themselves. So this could be some kind of an internal challenge, a new adventure. Maybe it's something you weren't ready for, or maybe it's a really hard challenge that you've given to yourself that you are excited about, but you feel like it is a really big challenge that you're not sure that that you will be able to complete. Like it really pushes your boundaries, your comfort zone, or your capability level. But you're doing it specifically so that you will grow. And so maybe it is your own challenge, but your own new adventure, but you think it's going to be challenging, and that's why it's coming up in the challenge column. Like maybe starting a new exercise plan, or maybe you got medical news that the doctor says you're going to have to change the way you live your life, and you're there for it. You're ready to go, but it's going to be hard. With the Two of Swords, we get that clarified with the Knight of Cups. So with the Knight of Cups coming up in the same row in the week as the Ace of Cups, that does make me think that a love offer might be um, in the offing. And the universe, this is a gift from the universe. You're going to get a message of a potential um, new adventure in the emotional realm, and you're going to have to make a choice in order to pursue this, and the universe is going to try to make that easier for you. Okay, let's see what we have for the second week. Week 2, we have the Queen of Swords. So we got the Knight of Swords before. Now you're evolving and have become the Queen of Swords. These are genderless too, by the way. The energy around you, we get more swords energy. We get the Nine of Swords. Then we get the Three of Pentacles as a challenge. Then a gift from the universe, we get the Six of Wands. All right. That looks great. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, she is she's perceptive. She doesn't miss anything. She knows what she thinks about things. She knows what she is observing. She hasn't missed anything. She has seen it all, and she is willing to call it out. She's got a very clear head. She's very independent. And she knows what she knows. Okay, with the the Nine of Swords in the area surrounding you. This this is a card, or the energy around you. This is a card of anxiety and sleepless nights. So that energy might be impacting the people that you interact with. This isn't your energy, but it's an energy that you may encounter all around you. And I think this could also be like a global energy right now, anyway, with because in here, close in here, we have the lunar eclipse. We've got the lunar eclipse on the 7th, and then we have the solar eclipse on the 21st. Don't quote me on those dates. I'm not completely positive on the lunar eclipse date. But within a few days of those dates, the energy is can be felt. And eclipses can really kind of bring things to light and bring things to completion. They can bring out anxieties. And so, this anxiety and worry card, I'm not surprised to see this in the energy surrounding you. Plus, the political environment that we're in too. The challenge of the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is normally a great card. It's a card of collaboration and cooperation. It's working with experts and learning from experts, working side by side, maybe working with a mentor. And so having it in the challenge row makes me wonder if this new adventure that you're on might involve mentoring people that you don't, maybe that pushes you outside of your comfort zone. Maybe you're the expert and you feel a little bit stretched beyond your capacity. It could be that you're forced into a work situation with somebody that you don't really like, you don't like or respect, but you've got to learn from them. So, it could be a number of different ways that could be taken as a challenge. We'll see what the clarifying cards say. With the gift from the universe, we get the Six of Wands. Now, this card is the card of victory. This is a card of recognition. You have achieved something great and everybody knows it. They know that you've done a great job and you're being recognized for it. Sorry, my dogs are barking again. Let's see here. Let's get some clarifiers. With the Queen of Swords, we have the Sun card. The Sun card is a beautiful energy. This is a card of victory, of expansion, growth, and completion. I mean, this is having this with the Queen of Swords. You being the Queen of Swords, you are the Queen of Swords in this particular week, where you are, you're knowledgeable, you're perceptive, you have a clear mind, and then the sun illuminates all of the things that you are knowing and sensing, and you are expanding and growing as a result. Okay, then with the Nine of Swords, we get the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is the energy of government, the church, institutional, conventional wisdom. And with this, I think this clarifies to me that this is more of a global energy and not just the energy in your immediate surroundings. With the government being represented here and this sense of worry and anxiety, that is prevalent right now. And I've kind of predicted some big changes in this 2-week frame here in September. And I'm not surprised to see this kind of combination in the energy surrounding you. With the Three of Pentacles, what do we get here? I'm really curious about this one. Oh, we get the Tower. Okay. So the Tower is, like a big, big change. This is a change that has to happen. It's got to happen. This foundation needed to come tearing down, and bringing this tower down. People were resistant to the change. You may have been resistant to the change, but it needed to happen, and so the universe is making it happen. And as a result of that, there's this working with other people, in order to potentially to rebuild. Maybe you've, or it's, yeah, this could be some kind of a job change. It could be, um, some kind of big change that you need to work with other people in order to rebuild. And that's why this cooperation is a challenging thing, is because it's coming as a result of something huge and sudden that was unforeseen. The Six of Wands, with that, you get the Moon. Okay, the Moon is normally, it's a card of things that are hidden, things that are soon to be revealed. So that could be this energy of your success and your accomplishment will soon be revealed. With her looking at the way this lines up, she's looking at this situation. And so I think that the Moon will reveal this success. All right, let's look at week 3. I want to check our time real quick too. Okay. Week 3, we have, no, I didn't. Your energy for week 3, we have the Five of Swords. And then energy around you, we've got the Hierophant. So confirmation from Spirit saying, I meant it when I said it before, so I'm saying it again. Got the Hierophant in the energy around you. That's the government. So this would probably be more of a national or global energy rather than just your immediate surroundings. Your challenge this week will be strength. And that could be, this would be the time frame. Well, we'll talk about it in a minute. And then your gift from the Spirit, we have the Four of Swords. Okay. So with the Five of Swords, this is the card of, I always think about it as, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? You're right. You're going to be right. You're going to prove yourself right. And everybody around you is going to hate you for it. And so, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? This could be winning at all costs. You're in a competition, and you being an Aries, you are a competitive person. You're in some sort of competition. You are going to win it. But at what cost? What is going to be the energy of the people around you? This is like playing Monopoly with your family. I've played Monopoly with an Aries before. My oldest son is an Aries, and I'm a Taurus. Well, Monopoly became a game that was banned from our household as a result of me and my oldest son both having that competitive, I'm going to win energy. So that's the energy of the Five of Swords. You're going to win, but what is it going to cost you? So be thinking about that. as you're going about your winning. Be careful that you're doing it in a graceful way. The Hierophant, as I mentioned before, I think this is going to be more of a global energy and not a immediate surroundings energy. This is, as I mentioned, the government, institutions, conventional wisdom. But I think during these weeks, and especially during the solar eclipse, we're going to see some big news coming out of the US government. Your challenge is the Strength card. Maintaining your strength when you've started a new journey. This might be that there's a proverbial amount of time that people can sustain their excitement on a new journey. And I don't remember exactly how many days it is. I think that it's day 19 is when people, they give up. They, they're like on a, let's say they've started a new training so that they can run a marathon, and they are following the program. They're super excited about it. They're hitting it every day, and then after so many days, their strength and their ambition, their motivation starts to wane. So maintaining your strength when you're in the midst of this tower energy, um, this, all of this winning and this stuff going on with the world, that it can feel challenging. And so the gift from the universe on that is time to rest. This is a card of rest. This is a card where you retreat and you rejuvenate and you get yourself ready for round 2. Let's see what the clarifiers have to say. With the 5 of Swords, we get the King of Swords. So you have got almost the full court of swords. We've got the Knight, the Queen, the King. You have evolved over the course of the month to the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is, he's discipline, he's truth, mental clarity, authority, intellect. He can seem sort of a little detached. He may and you may feel that, like a little emotionally detached, but you are, um, you're confident and you're convicted. You know where you're going and what you want, and yeah, I mean, you've got this perception, and you, sorry, I'm just sort of caught up in this. This king is wearing polka dots, and polka dots are often a sign of you also need to have fun. So, and I'm going to run with that, because with the 5 of Swords and this, this ambition, this push to win, the flagging strength later in the week, um, and this King of Swords being confident and convicted in what he's doing, but he's got these polka dots on. You need to have a little bit of fun too. The Hierophant is clarified with the Wheel of Fortune. So we're going to see changing, we're going to see some karma come about in this area during this week, and I have been predicting it for quite a while. This is a card of karma. This is a card of changing fortunes. And it always is always spinning around and around and around. If you're up, enjoy it, because you're going to be down. If you're down, hang on, because you're going to be up. It always is going around and around. And I think the changing fortunes, we're going to see that happen this week. So I think this is a global energy, not necessarily an immediate energy surrounding you. With the Strength card, you have the Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords is, it's a card of defeat. It's a card of despair. It's a card of in the Rider-Waite. It couldn't be more graphic. It's showing a man lying on the ground with 10 swords in his back, and so it can be this sense that you have been deceived. It's deception and betrayal and despair and grief. And, so your flagging strength might be coming from this sense of being stabbed in the back, so something to watch for. Or it could just be, the maybe not necessarily your being stabbed in the back, but just that despair, that grief, and knowing that something is over. And that's the good thing about the Ten of Swords is there is no questioning it. It's over. There is no second guessing of, oh, maybe it can be brought back to life. No, I mean, there's 10 swords in the guy's back. It's dead. Whatever it is, it's over. And it's time to move on. So your strength could be flagging because of something like that in your life that's happening that week. With the Four of Swords, we get that clarified with the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is this is your card. This is the Mac Daddy. The Emperor is leadership. It's definitely an Aries card. It's leadership, promotion, it's structure, it's law and order, it's stability, and being in charge. This is the Emperor is the authority, and that is a gift that is being given to you. And perhaps it's given to you as a result of taking some rest. You'll take some rest, and then you'll be able to step into your power. All right, fourth week. Let's move on to that. With the fourth week, we get, did I flip the cards around? No. Fourth week for you. Oh, I've been forgetting our keywords. Let's do those real quick before we move on. Second week, your keywords are receive and disturbance. So you definitely have a disturbance, but you're definitely receiving as well. I can see that in the cards. With the third week, the keywords are tension. Definitely here with the Ten of Swords, we've got some tension, and then a path. So new path forward. And then your fourth week, your keywords are leader. So that goes with this Emperor here, and synchronicity. Okay, let's see what the tarot cards have to say. You will have the Eight of Swords for your energy for the fourth week of September. The energy surrounding you will be an Ace of Wands. So this is fiery new leadership, and I'm thinking that might be the case with this. This could be, it's the energy surrounding you, but we'll see how that plays out. Third week, we have the Seven of Swords. So we had the Seven of Swords up here. So that kind of trickery and deceit you need to kind of watch for here. And we'll clarify and see how that plays out. And then the gift from the universe, we get the Lovers. So we didn't see a whole lot of love going on in this reading throughout the rest of the month. It seems like it's at the beginning of the month, and then it comes back into play at the end of the month. This doesn't have to be love. This could be, and nor does it need to be love up here. It could be some other sort of partnership. Um, this can be unlikely partners. It can be partners, like a business relationship. It can be, a significant friendship, um, or it can be dual natures within yourself too. It can be you making a commitment to yourself as a leader. So we'll see what the clarifiers say. With the Eight of Swords, let's go back and look at these. I kind of jumped ahead. The Eight of Swords, this is a card of, I call it the self-imposed mental prison card. This is a card where you normally see a woman, um, blindfolded with her hands bound, and she's surrounded by eight swords. And this is a self-imposed prison. Nobody's holding her in this prison. She can get out of it at any time that she chooses. That she is just sort of, you know, stuck in this sense of, mental anguish, and that might be you during this week, especially if you've had to take on some kind of a leadership position that you maybe weren't quite expecting or ready for. Um, but this mental anguish, this is a mental prison that you have the power to get yourself out of. Nobody is keeping you there. It's only you. The Ace of Wands, I talked about that a little bit already. This is like a fiery new beginning, fiery new adventure, new project, or new leadership. This is the energy surrounding you. So um, I just kind of think this is global. Seven of Swords, we talked about already. This was that deception and trickery you need to watch for. So let's see what our clarifiers say. Eight of Swords is clarified with the devil. Okay. We'll talk about that in a second. Uh, Six of Wands. Sorry, the Nine of Wands with the Ace of Wands. Okay, that makes sense for the, kind of energy surrounding. The Seven of Swords is clarified with the Knight of Swords. So we get the Knight of Swords again. You had it up here. And the Lovers is clarified with the Chariot. So the 6 and the 7, they're right after each other in the major arcana. Okay, so the devil, this does tell me a lot about this mental anguish. The devil energy represents obsession. It can represent addiction, any kind of, you know, mental rumination. But usually it's got an addictive quality to it. So if you've got some kind of addictive thing that is going on that is, causing you this mental anguish, it's time to address it. The energy around you with the fiery new leadership or the fiery new adventure, coming with the Nine of Wands, which I think we had, did we have that earlier? No. The Nine of Wands it's a card of resilience. It's about kind of taking a break near the end of a cycle, and um, and just looking back at how far you've come and knowing you're almost there. Just hang on. It's really a card of being resilient and hanging on. And so, with the energy surrounding you, I think that might be um, this might be global as well. With the challenge of the Seven of Swords, that trickery and deceit, that challenge it was here in the energy around you, but now it has come down to a personal challenge that you need to be aware of. You get the Knight of Swords as a helping energy, I think. The Knight of Swords is going to be rushing in with solutions and ideas. And that can be part of its own challenge, is having that kind of energy um, when, you're dealing with something like this and this. And then you've got this energy of, hey, I've got ideas on how to fix it. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. Let's do it now. that can be challenging to deal with. Okay, then at the end, though, the gift from the universe, when you had the Lovers, that is clarified with the Chariot. And the Chariot is victory and success, and it's coming in fast. It also represents a choice. The chariot is usually shown by somebody riding a chariot, leading two horses, or it's leading a riderless, a vehicle that doesn't have horses, that it's got, but there are dual energies that the rider needs to harness in order to make sure they stay in balance, in order to keep it going straight ahead. And so anyway, it's a fast moving energy of victory and success combined with this partnership. So I think that's a great omen for the end of the month for you. And we didn't, like I said before, we didn't see a lot of love energy in the reading, but your month starts off with it and ends with it. So if it's something you want, I think that there might be some possibilities there for you. You just need to watch for them. Okay, so let me see on our time if we have time for oracles. We'll do these really fast. We're towards the kind of the length of time I want to read on. These are the Wings of Empowerment Oracle, and I chose them just based on the color palette, really. The Wings of Empowerment card that you get is Phoenix. You're going to rise from the ashes and soar. So yeah, there are some powerful ending cards in your reading this month with the Tower and this Ten of Swords, but you will rise from the ashes and soar. Your angel number card that you'll get is 787, authenticity. So be yourself, pursue your passions, and show your authentic self. Don't pay attention to what others are thinking of you. And I don't know an Aries that does. Aries, they might think about it sometimes, but they are, they are passionate about being authentic and being authentically themselves. So that's a great angel number for you. And then the final card is from the Awakening Intuition deck. And this is just a deck to help everybody, get in touch with that intuition. And utilize your co-creative power. Life is a dance, alternating between spirit leading and external and organic forces leading and you leading. Currently, you may have more room to maneuver, pushing your agenda forward with some fancy footwork. Utilize your intuition for more co-creative power in your everyday life, even if you're experiencing restriction. Transformation is in the air. So I think that does fit here with this Emperor card in here and all of this swords energy, the court cards with the swords energy. You definitely have that co-creative power coming into play here. So with that, I will thank you for joining me. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you like this kind of content, please be sure and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in my next reading. Bye.